to Chill with Clayton. I am so excited to have y'all here again today. Yet again today, we are filming at my house. So we're so excited to have y'all here. I know a lot of y'all are back in school. Maybe y'all have graduated also. Some of y'all might have graduated. Going through life now. But I hope that y'all are going to start off your day today, or if it's in the middle of the day, or later in the day, or heck, I don't know, you could be watching this at 3 a.m. in the morning, which I'm not going to go up against time standards, but oh well, that is totally your decision, that is your life. If you want to watch my video at 3 a.m., that is totally up to you. But, as I was saying, welcome into Chill with Clayton. We're so excited to have y'all here today. Today is part 2 of our series of episodes on how the world is being affected by the gospel. Today we're going to talk about celebrities and athletes specifically. But before we start the show, of course, I remind you to give a like and a subscribe. It is totally free, and it's going to give your support to the show so we can go out and spread it to people who want to hear the show. It's for the YouTube algorithm. I know all the YouTubers say that now, so welcome to the YouTube world, Clayton. But as I was saying, yeah, like and subscribe. Give us a follow as well on if you're listening on the Apple or Spotify, Apple Podcasts or Spotify, give us a follow. Comment on the video, and give us a like on that. So, hey, we'd love for you to have it on. Remember to tell your friends and family about the show. We also have our daily Bible verses every day, Monday through Sunday. There's a Bible verse out for y'all, and Friday we will reveal the Bible verse of the week, just like in the episode. So you'll get to know what the Bible verse of the week is here in a little bit. But yeah, we also have our Chill with Clayton email page. Ask questions, come on the show. That is where you need to go, chillwithclayton@gmail.com. But let's go ahead and get into today's episode, how celebrities and athletes are affected by the gospel. Remember, part 1 about how the contemporary Christian music industry has been affected recently. That is out right now on our YouTube page, so go check that out, as well as Apple Podcasts and Spotify, so go check that out. But let's get in to today's topic. So guys, today's episode we are going to be talking about how athletes and celebrities have been recently affected by the gospel, and kind of a little history that has also gone on with it. First, I'm going to start off with athletes. Now the thing is, let me go into a quick history lesson about this. Now we know back in the biblical times, the Romans, we already knew about the Colosseum, so there were Romans going out there and playing, maybe even some Christians were out there playing those kind of Olympic style games. So there has been like Christianity and sports have kind of mixed in together from the beginning. Now, I highly recommend to check out these 3 platforms if you really want to know more about Christian athletes and sports in general. These are the 3 biggest places that I would highly recommend to go find some like really good Christian content about sports and athletes. There's even some daily devotionals even in there, podcasts as well. I highly recommend for y'all to go check out Sports Spectrum, which is kind of like, honestly, it's Christian ESPN if you think about it. It's not as big as ESPN. They don't have a network yet, but they do have a great YouTube channel. They got 3 different podcasts. They got one specifically about college athletes sharing their story. They have one with former Chicago Bears running back Matt Forte. He runs the show. They have a baseball podcast. They got all kinds of different little videos you can find out, and you can find some of your favorite athletes on there. Some of the athletes that they've interviewed before include Tampa Bay quarterback Baker Mayfield, Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver A.J. Brown. There are some of the bigger names that you will see, and especially when they're around the Super Bowl timing or World Series or MLB All-Star Game, NBA All-Star Game, they're trying to get there and interview the athletes. Like I was recently watching one of their videos actually about it, and they were talking about with Aaron Judge, and you heard from guys like Aaron Judge, you heard from Francisco Lindor, you heard from Fernando Tatis Jr., you heard from the big athletes like saying, yeah, I love Jesus, like I given my life to him, and I think it's really good for us to go that. Now, this is totally up to y'all. That is totally on your decision point if you think they're a Christian. That is totally on that. Because some of y'all might be going like, well, they say this and say that and all that and that stuff. We don't really know the true meaning. We just got to have faith in God that they are saved. Like, that's my thoughts with, like, some other athletes, you know, or celebrities, and we'll get into that as we go. But the other two platforms I highly recommend to check out, CBN Sports, that is under the Christian Broadcasting Network. They're the ones that do the 700 Club on Freeform, or ABC Family as it was called. They have their own little YouTube channel. And then Christly is on Instagram. They have really good stuff as well. I'm pretty sure y'all know some like really cool Instagram handles and stuff like that. Please put those down in the comments below so we can share that with people. They can follow those pages and they can kind of see those awesome stories from people. But I want to start off with one of the biggest athletes that I think we all know today that is definitely a Christian, and that's Tim Tebow. Now, Tim Tebow is now going around and speaking at different conferences. Passion's like one of the big ones. He started the Tim Tebow Foundation, which is out to rescue kids that are being sexually trafficked, which is crazy. I mean, it is absolutely crazy, like, what is going on, but, like, that's what he's trying to help for those kids. You also seen him have those nights where he, with kids that have special needs, they get to have those really cool nights. I forgot the name of them, but, like, you know what I'm talking about. They get to, like, have their runway. They have a runway for them. Different athletes come out and support them. It is super cool what he does. Now, talking about Tim Tebow, I want to get back to the 2008 and 2011 2008 National Championship and the 2011 AFC wildcard game. Now, I believe both of these stats are correct. I know it's for the 2011 AFC wildcard game. That was against the Pittsburgh Steelers. As you all know, we know that Tebow was very famous when he put John 3:16 on his as his eye black. That was the most famous thing. I mean, Google had it as the most searched thing that night of the 2008 National Championship. And looking at the stats, it could have been the 2009 National Championship that these stats are correct on. But I know it's definitely with the 2011 AFC wildcard game. 31.6 yards per play. 316 passing yards. 31 minutes and 6 seconds. Denver, by the way, that's the quarterback he was the quarterback of, the Broncos, time of possession. It is crazy that the 316, and if you even ask Tebow this, because he's had interviews on it, it's like, wait, that was stats? It's pretty cool. It's really, really cool. But there are some other athletes and coaches that I can definitely think of. Tony Dungy is immediately one guy that comes to mind. He actually has his own book. Terry Bradshaw, I've actually got to see a video of his testimony. If you all know, he was actually the another quarterback alongside at Louisiana Tech with Duck Dynasty's Phil Robertson. So that's kind of cool. Other NFL players that have talked about their faith have included Patrick Mahomes, Saquon Barkley, Lamar Jackson, who has recently been in the spotlight because he liked one of right-wing advocate Charlie Kirk's posts. And I like what Charlie said on Fox News, and I'm not trying to get political here, but he said,
you are more than welcome in this big movement that we are building. We don't have to agree on anything except Jesus, Lamar. You could be a Democrat. You could be on the left. I don't care. Jesus is honestly the most important thing, and he's a phenomenal talent, a once-in-a-generation, two-time MVP, and I'm just thrilled that he hasn't apologized or backed down, to the best of my knowledge, for just retweeting a very simple Sunday message. It's all about Jesus.
One thing Pastor Chris told us at our church, that's the name of our pastor at the Cross Church, he said, it's not about the left or right, it's about the up and the down, heaven and hell. It's about those two things. We want to get people to heaven. We don't want to get people to hell. We want to get people up to heaven because God loves us so much that he wants us up there in heaven. That is totally up to you, though, if you want to be up in heaven with Jesus. I highly recommend it because I am saved by the one true King. That's besides the point. But, talking about other athletes, CJ Stroud. His interview got cut from NBC because he was talking about Jesus. If you look, I think it's last year or 2 years ago, they were talking, he was thanking God in his post-game interview. They cut it out on the social media side. It was cut out on the YouTube, Instagram, and people called NBC out and going like, hey, what are y'all doing? Like, you need to put this back in there. There's other guys like Kirk Cousins, who I've seen talk about his testimony. Justin Simmons, Bijan Robinson. I could probably go on and on because there are other athletes. Demario Davis immediately comes to mind. There's like some guys that I'm definitely thinking about right now. The one guy for SEC Network, I forgot his name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. I forgot his name, man. Dadgummit. It'll come into my mind, and I'll slip it in there. I'll text Mike, and he can slip it in there into the editing. But I also want to talk about MLB athletes for a second. Evan Carter, you know, one of the top Rangers prospects. He came up in 2023 with that Jesus One t-shirt. Yeah, that's where that Jesus One t-shirt. That thing is spread around. There is so many different MLB athletes, college athletes, NFL players. We'll probably see it as we come into the NFL season, NBA season, and NHL season. A lot of athletes right now are really loving to be open about their faith. Other guys who I mentioned in the MLB ranks, Clayton Kershaw, Aaron Judge, as I was talking about, Fernando Tatis Jr., New York Mets pitcher Ryan Helsley, Guardians pitcher Cade Smith just recently actually did an interview with Sports Spectrum. Many more. Paul Skeens is also another guy. In that conversation. Scotty Scheffler. Let me talk about Scotty Scheffler here for a second. I don't know if y'all saw in the open press conference he had. He goes, and it's called What's the Point? I highly recommend for y'all to go check it out. He felt unsatisfied by being one of the top golf players in the world. That did not give him satisfaction. The one thing that did give him satisfaction, though, is Jesus Christ. And he mentions that in the podcast. And it spread around like wildfire, going like, wait, whoa, Scotty, whoa. Okay, I agree with Scotty, but then there's some people who are like, is he gone a little off the loopy? Checking in now to the NBA players. Jonathan Isaac, he started the Christian company called Judah. Oh, well, that's the name of his shoe. I forgot the name of the company. I'll slip it in there as well. But he got that. He had that to kind of be, because he was big in the spotlight because he was standing during 2020 during the national anthem. I don't need to get into that little spiel, but you know the thing about that. But yeah, he started a Christian company. Steph Curry has been very open about his faith. AJ Griffin, who was actually a top NBA draft prospect just a few years ago, he retired last year to go pursue ministry. That is crazy. Now, hockey, I haven't heard many players about it with it, but I'm pretty sure they're out there. You can put them in the comments. I'll make sure of that. Little League World Series, as I'm watching right now. The Team Texas, they prayed before their game. Team South Carolina was very open about their faith. They had their crosses all about. I also have to mention Mexico player, I forget, I think his name is Gregorio Madrid. I know his last name's Madrid. I know that. But he had an interview, and I highly recommend for y'all to go check this out, with ESPN's Sebastian Salazar after their game against, I think it was Puerto Rico? No, it wasn't Puerto Rico. It was one of those two teams. I think it was Puerto Rico. He had 2 home runs that game, but he has one of the most mature, faith-based interviews. I highly recommend for you to go check it out. Highly recommend. Other than that, college players have been really open about their faith. Ohio State was one of the biggest ones that was really open about their faith. I also think of Oklahoma softball team when people were asking them at the Women's College World Series, like, why are y'all so satisfied when y'all are playing softball? And they're going like, well, we're not satisfied when we play softball. We're satisfied because we're giving all the glory to God. Pretty dang cool. There's other colleges that have been really open about their testimonies. If you've seen in the last couple years, there has been more players that go, I thank God, God, thank you for this. I think players are starting to feel when somebody went out there and said, okay, I'm doing it first, then everybody's like, hey, let me get on board, because I have the same beliefs and the same love for Jesus. Hey, it just takes that one person to be open about their faith. More people are going to be open about their faith. I immediately also think of DeMar Hamlin, who had that absolutely horrific just moment on Monday Night Football a couple years ago, and there was those players that prayed around him. Heck, ESPN's Dan Orlovsky was out there praying in the middle of NFL Live, and people were like, ESPN, oh my gosh. I also think about the Olympics. Sydney McLaughlin, who is a track runner. She does the hurdles. She was very open about her faith and doing that during her Olympic run. The Savannah Bananas, which is a kind of a professional baseball team, but they really love the entertainment side. They recently just had a worship night. One of the guys who I follow actually on YouTube, Coach Rack, which I highly recommend to go follow Coach Rack. Absolutely a great guy to go follow. Very open about his faith during his videos. He kind of showed off, and Sports Spectrum even kind of showed their worship night. Justin Fields recently just said he was addicted to his Bible. Low key. I mean, something is going on within sports and Christianity. Players are very open about it, and they're not ashamed to tell people about it. But now let's get into Hollywood. Let's get into those celebrities. Chris Pratt has been one of the biggest ones I've seen recently. His interview that he did with the MTV Music Awards, highly recommend for you to go check it out. His acceptance speech, highly recommend for you to go check it out. It's like his 5 rules to life, and it's absolutely amazing. So please, Chris Pratt, man, if you ever get to watch this video, dude, I'm one of your favorite fans, so yeah. Yeah, I know, I fanboyed a little bit there, but oh well. But Chris Pratt, when he had his kids, he told God, like, hey, I'm telling you this right now. I want to live for you so that you keep my kids safe. That is cool. That is cool. That is cool. That is really cool. Other guys in the celebrity universe, Mark Wahlberg is very open about his, I believe it's his Catholic faith, if I'm correct. I believe it's Catholic. Because he had that app, that Super Bowl commercial, actually, with Jonathan Rumi, who is Jesus and the Chosen. They had that Hollow Super Bowl app. And always on Sunday, Mark Wahlberg will post a picture, will post a video right next to his church saying, Happy Sunday, hey, go to church. Let's talk about the Camerons. Kirk Cameron, of course, who is very famous for his TV show, I want to say Family Ties.
Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Hey, think McFly, think.
And then, of course, his sister, Candace Cameron Bure, who we all know from Full House, they're very open about their faith. Very open about their faith. Kirk Cameron actually just released a book. I haven't read it yet, but I have it on my save list. I'm going to read it very soon, though. Dude Perfect, one of my favorite YouTube groups. They recently have been doing their tours. They had done the Hero Tour, the Pandemonium Tour, and always after every tour, they make sure to share their testimonies. I think it was Tyler who did one. He actually invited Tim Tebow, funny enough, out. I think it was Nashville, I believe, and they did their testimonies. Like, they always want to make sure to share their testimonies. Another one of my favorite YouTubers, Ryan Trahan. He recently actually wanted to follow Jesus just a couple years ago because of his girlfriend, now wife, Haley. Like, he was like, he didn't feel satisfied, but now he's going out and doing these awesome, like, fundraisers. I mean, 50 states in 50 days was absolutely awesome. But so much people loved that he was sharing, that he was open about his faith, and people were like, we're so happy that you give us this family-friendly content. It's so awesome. Another celebrity that's very open about her faith is Patricia Heaton. Patricia Heaton, she's very famous for Everybody Loves Raymond, The Middle. She is very open about her faith. Awesome, awesome individual. The Robertson family, of course, from Duck Dynasty. Very open about their faith. I mean, I could go on and on about Sadie and John Luke and Phil and, you know, the whole family. You know what they've done. You know. Another guy that's very open about his faith is Stephen Baldwin. Stephen Baldwin, Alec Baldwin's brother, very open about his faith. Chuck Norris, of course, can't go wrong with Chuck Norris. I mean, Walker, Texas Ranger. I mean, there are so many other celebrities, and I'm pretty sure you'll put them down in the comments below, that have so much love for Jesus. One guy I immediately just thought of, actually, Tim Allen. There are plenty of celebrities. Like I said, there's Catholic. Chris Pratt said he's non-denominational. You have your Baptist, your Methodist. Now, I could get into that whole branch thing and all that crazy stuff, but I'll get to that later on in a later episode. That'll be safe for the future. But there's also the entertainment news that have been huge. The rise of The Chosen in the last couple years. The movies. I mean, Jesus Revolution was huge. Everybody Loved the Blind. King of Kings, that animated one from Angel Studios. Yeah, Angel Studios' rise has been really big too. I mean, actually, Lee Allen Baker, who is famous for Good Luck Charlie, she's going to be actually part of a new Angel Studios show about Week Away the Musical, which was a movie that I talked about in my favorite movies on my YouTube page. By the way, go check that out, by the way. Really good video. You also have Carlos and Alexa Penavega, who you know from Carlos, you know from Big Time Rush, and then Alexa, she's really big because she was in Spy Kids. I mean, there are so many different celebrities. I probably could have a whole dang hour-long video, but I'm not trying to make that an hour long. But there are so many different celebrities and athletes. If you do your research, you will find those people. You will find those people. So remember, please put those other celebrities down in the comments below. I'm pretty sure I forgot some. So please put those down there. And then if you even have some interactions with these celebrities. Like, I know recently about Hulk Hogan and Ozzy Osbourne, who said he gave his life to Christ. By the way, hey, Ozzy, if you're up there in heaven, that is awesome. That is legitimately awesome. Other guys that I've heard about their faith, The Undertaker. There's so many celebrities and athletes that I could put on there. Just remember, please put them down in the comments. That's all I ask. Enough of my rambling. Let's go ahead and go to the Bible verse of the week. Alright guys, so we are going to go ahead and start our Bible verse of the week. Our Bible verse of the week comes from the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 13. Now, I'm pretty sure you all know this verse very well. There is definitely different ways that you can interpret this verse. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That verse is plastered on t-shirts, it's plastered on pillows, it's plastered everywhere. It's plastered about everywhere. But the thing is, I can do all things through God who strengthens me. Remember that part, through God. as much as I want a girlfriend, is God going to give me a girlfriend? Probably not. He's going to let me go, okay, Clayton, you need to wait and be patient on that. Or if I want to be super strong, like, I can't just go out there and be like, turn me into Samson. Like, I got to go out there and do work on it. I got to go out and do stuff. You have to do stuff through God who strengthens you. And remember, those bigger tasks you think about, remember, God is a big God. He is a big God, and He is up for any challenge. Like if you say, hey, God, I want to go to this country and I want to go share the gospel to everybody. God's like, okay, let's do it then. Let's do it. Or I want to go share the gospel to my entire school, or to my family, or my friends, or the person, or to the prison yards. Wherever God wants you to go, He's going to make sure that you have the strength to go. Now, worldly things, He's probably not going to help you out that much with that because it's against His things. So just remember that. Please remember that. Please remember that. It's, I can do all things through God who strengthens me. It's not, I can do all things, God can do all things through me, which He can, but remember this. Please remember this. Don't take it to the I. Don't forget, like, the I, like, going like, yeah, I'm going to be the best professional athlete ever. Yeah, you got to go out there and train, dude. You can't just sit there and just go like, okay, God, make me the best baseball player. Not going to happen overnight. Not going to happen overnight. If God has it in His trajectory, like I wanted to be a sportscaster, as I told y'all. I wanted to use my voice to go tell people, like, hey, I wanted to tell people about sports. God goes, hey, I know you want to go do that, but go share my gospel instead. Go share my gospel instead. Pretty dang awesome. Other verses, Proverbs 31, 8 through 9, Isaiah 1:17, Matthew 6:34 through 33 through 34, 1 Corinthians 7:17, 1 Peter 4:10 through 11, Galatians 6:8, and 1 Peter 5:8 are some other verses I highly recommend for you to go check out. But I'm going to end the video right here so I can go under 30 minutes and I don't have a tirade of text message from Mike, my co-editor, and you can also go out and go do your stuff because y'all have your lives and I respect that, and I have my life as well. I got to go do my stuff. So guys, like I wrap up every episode, keep Jesus first, God bless, don't mess with Texas. Y'all, I will see y'all next week. Adios and yeah!